morning. It's Monday, October 28th. Thanks for joining us on Up to the Minute. We're bringing you all the news, announcements, and events, along with a couple of special guests. I'm Dr. Amy Tan, Dean of HCC's English and Communications, and I'm joined by Dr. Nicholas Cox, our Interim Dean for Liberal Arts and Humanities. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you? How was your weekend?
Oh, it was fantastic. I don't know if you got outside this weekend. It was very hot, but we went ahead and ran the Houston half, the UT Health Houston half. And so about 5,000 runners ran the half, about 1,500 ran a 10K, even though it was 1,000 degrees with 48 or 100% humidity.
Well, I'll tell you, Amy, I was in Kansas City this weekend where it was a crisp 41 degrees in the morning.
Oh, gosh, you're going to make us all jealous. Well, and I know you had a great time. I saw your pictures. You got to do some history stuff.
That's right. You know, these conferences, you spend all days in meetings, but in the evening, you get to have nice dinners and receptions in the museums. So went to an art museum, a jazz museum, a World War I museum. It was a great weekend.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's good to see you making the most of the time on your travels. And when people are traveling, they can still watch us on Up to the Minute. How can they find us?
Yeah, we are live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page and also on YouTube. We are on X, LinkedIn, and on HCCTV at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Wonderful. And we're glad you're joining us today for Mental Health Monday. We're speaking to an institution that explores the relationship between spirituality and health. And joining us is Leah Adams Pruitt, the Vice President of Engagement for the Institute for Spirituality and Mental Health. And she is our Mental Health Monday guest. Good morning, Leah.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thanks for taking time out of your week to come and talk to us about this very interesting topic. We will be right with you. Nick is going to interview you in about 10 minutes after our commercial break. So hang on, we'll be right there. First, HCC is staying at the top of the AI game with a bachelor's degree and some upcoming events. So I'm so pleased to welcome Patricia McManus, and one of our HCC professors of computer systems networking and artificial intelligence, which is super exciting. Welcome back to the show, Patricia.
Thank you. It's great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, this is a hot topic. So I'm thrilled to get to hear all about the wonderful things happening. Let's kick off with the latest trends in AI. It's rapidly developing, right?
Yes, it's been crazy. I mean, I guess one of the main things that I want to talk about is the concept of AI agents, because there's so many developments and everything that's been happening and evolving, they are focusing on agents. So first, what are AI agents? Think of your digital assistants on steroids. Like usually you can ask, Alexa or Google a question, but that's it. Now,
now you can ask them to turn on your lights, right?
Well, yeah, but it's still some level of pre-programming. It's nothing that will make it, to learn something or research something and do it. And that's exactly what agents do. So, for example, you can ask an agent to plan an action for you, and you can tell roughly the places you're thinking, you can tell your budget, you can tell how many people, and we'll do the job of a travel agent within your budget with suggestions of flights and everything.
Yeah, that's wild. It's so wild. And I have to tell you, that's hilarious because I recently went on a weekend trip where someone handed me a ChatGPT generated schedule of the things that she thought we should do. That's crazy.
Yeah, but it's getting crazier because with the latest updates, and these are things that happened last week, one of the models that Claude, because we have ChatGPT that is the most famous, we have Gemini from Google, we have Claude from a company called Anthropic, and many others. Now Claude with this new update, can do actions on your computer. You can ask, send this email or work on that Excel spreadsheet for me. So we'll do that. Microsoft with Copilot, they have the Copilot for Office, and they have the general Copilot that also it's getting smarter and being able to do more things. I don't know, just to give you a very brief example. Let me get.
Are you pulling something up to show us?
Yes, very briefly. Just going to.
Hey, Patricia. Bright and early, isn't it? So how would you like to kind of start your day?
I just want you to say good morning to everybody that is watching the HCCTV.
Morning, HCCTV viewers. Hope your day is as epic as Patricia is.
That's great. So you have to work with it a lot, right, Patricia? Like you have to train it, you have to talk to it every day so it understands your.
This one is Copilot.
Okay.
So all I did was to sign up with my Microsoft account, and boom. So
Tell us, because I know we're going to run out of time, and I want to know. I want to know. There's a whole bunch of things happening. I want to know. So just briefly before we hit a couple other points, is this is what you work with students in the program? Is how to use AI, or do you do like the programming part?
We do a little bit of the programming part. We are not training them to be scientists to come with the next alternative to ChatGPT, but to understand how those tools work, developed maybe add-ons or tailor applications for business based on the business needs using the tools that are out there. So, and there's a lot. So they are market ready.
Yeah, no, I can imagine that's exactly what they need going into industry, because people want to know the applications of AI and how it can improve their industry and their day-to-day life and their businesses. Well, okay, so I definitely want to hear about the grant. Tell us about this hefty NSF grant that HCC
Yeah, that's super exciting. HCC with Miami-Dade and Maricopa, we were awarded $2.8 million to, tackle AI education. Because HCC was the first community college in the country to have a bachelor's degree in AI, we are sort of the mentors to the other institutions. And we have a lot of work ahead of us, all three of us, because we'll be, extending this to nationwide, to any community college across the country. And speaking on that, we have been having our AI conference that happens in April or May. And usually it's been student-led in 2 days. And for 2025, it will be a national conference, will be 3 days, and obviously we'll count with Miami-Dade and Maricopa.
Oh, that is so exciting. And is that conference usually here on an HCC campus?
Yes, we used to do it at the Leadership Institute. I think for 2025, we're going to do at West Loop, and we may, also use other campuses because there will be a lot of exciting.
That's right. You're going to need more space. Well, and I also want to give a shout out to the STEM Day coming up. It's the ethics of AI, and that is going to be 2 weeks, November 7th. Really quickly, are you going to be able to be at that conference? Are you going to have any participation there?
I think so.
And that's the connection, right, between ethical responsibility and AI. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, responsible AI. It's huge, especially as AI grow the way it does. We need to be very mindful of the things that can go wrong or to balance to make it a real useful tool and a good tool.
Absolutely. And I know that conference is also going to be well attended. So just wonderful things happening here at HCC. And we are so excited about the bachelor's degree in AI and robotics. And I know that you are also as excited about Halloween as I am. So before I let you leave, you want to preview your witch's hat.
Oh my God.
So we're ready. It's
Hey, AI witch.
That's right. AI week and Halloween. Here we come. Thank you so much, Patricia McManus, HCC Professor of Computer Systems Networking and Artificial Intelligence. Thanks for joining me this morning.
Thank you.
And we're going to have all your information in our post after the show. After a commercial break, Nick will talk to our Mental Health Monday guest about spirituality, which is also great for Halloween and our health.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
That one day at PE when they were like yelling at me, and then you just linked arms with me. I don't think you know how much like that helped me. I finally like knew that I had somebody.
And we are back with Leah Adams Pruitt, Vice President of Engagement for the Institute for Spirituality, and our Mental Health Monday guest. Welcome to the show, Leah.
Good morning. Thank you for having me, Nick.
Well, let's begin with the mission of the Institute to explore the relationship between spirituality and health. What do you guys mean by that?
That's a great question. So the Institute has been around for about 70 years. It was a founding member of the Texas Medical Center, and it's a completely independent and interfaith organization. And so what we mean by exploring the relationship between spirituality and health first means introducing this concept to individuals of, what is spirituality? And at the Institute, we talk about connection to ourselves, connection to our community, relating to each other, and that, which people have a religious connection as well, God, Allah, Buddha, or maybe some choose not to name it. And so we accomplish our mission through our 4 centers of excellence. And so each of these centers of excellence really draws down a particular focus area in how we engage with the community.
Well, tell us, how do you guys help healthcare professionals, faith leaders, and the community?
Yes, so our CARF Center for Healthcare Professionals is really one of our more established centers of excellence that really draws down to the reason that the Institute was created all those 70 years ago. And so the Institute has been working to make sure that the whole human is considered in the healthcare setting. And so that means their spirituality, their religious beliefs, their cultural expectations and traditions. And so we really like to teach in terms of health equity that the whole person is considered when they're in the healthcare system.
Now, as an interfaith organization, I understand you have people from all different backgrounds and faith practices. What does that mean in practice for your organization? How do people collaborate? How do they overcome differences in spiritual beliefs? Explain that interfaith part of that organization.
Yeah, thank you. That's a great question. So we have representation on our board from each of the major faith traditions. And so our programs, our staff, and really all of our work is informed from an equitable place, considering, the whole community. And our Center for Faith and Public Health in particular delivers partnership opportunities from public health organizations to various faith homes. And we can deliver these programs, workshops, and resources in different languages. We've delivered in Farsi, we've delivered English, Spanish, and several other languages. And so we like to meet the faith community and the individual where they are and make our programs as accessible as possible.
Now I've got a question. It's a curious question that I imagine people of faith generally opt into seeking faith-based spiritual and health care. But what do you guys do particularly for people that don't practice or hold any spiritual views or practices?
Yes, and so the Institute is a place that welcomes all. And so if people are seeking or they do not have a faith tradition, that's totally fine. The Institute welcomes every person. And so what we offer really are opportunities for individuals to consider certain topics around mental health, around healthcare, around spirituality. And so really being a meeting ground for those rich conversations to happen is one of the major aims of the Institute. And we do that through several networks and conferences that we offer.
Well, I wanted to ask more about that Center for Body, Spirit, and Mind, as well as its anchor program. Can you tell us about that?
Sure. Our Center for Body, Spirit, and Mind really is about integrating the whole person. And the anchor program, as you mentioned, the Greater Houston Healing Collaborative, that was actually started after Hurricane Harvey hit Houston. It was a felt need in the community that we were all suffering. And it was a lot more than just the flooding of our homes. It was an emotional flooding. It was an overwhelm that the community was expressing. And so our institute partnered with the Center for Mind Body Medicine, and they came and taught over 120 individuals to go out into the community and teach these accessible mind body practices. And these can be taught to children, to adults. We've taught them, to nurses, to doctors, to teachers in the education system. And, certainly to all of the first responders and primary workers during the pandemic. So this work really, as it started in Hurricane Harvey, it really has transcended through the pandemic. And then again, another call from the community came after Hurricane Beryl, as you all probably know recently, that hit our community pretty hard. And so we've been able to stand up these resources over and over and over again in response to just being a source of not just comfort and connection and community, but really being a source of education and training to teach people these tools. And what we mean by mental health is really tools for self-regulation. How can we self-regulate so that we can be a better colleague, a better parent, a better partner, a better community member, a better person driving on the freeway here in Houston. We want to talk about trauma-informed even driving. So what we want to do is influence and watch the ripple effect go out into the community.
Well, I could certainly use some help centering myself on the Houston freeway when I'm commuting to work. But you're right. After Harvey and COVID and Beryl, and we know there will be future disruptions to our life here in Houston, it's good to know that an organization that's been here 70 years has these structures in place to assist. You mentioned that you guys had over 120 trained facilitators. Can you elaborate a little bit more on how someone becomes a facilitator and what they do and how they reach Houstonians?
Absolutely. And so you can find out more about the Greater Houston Healing Collaborative at houstonhealing.org, where you could sign up there and express interest in training. They just conducted a training here in Houston, and it was really wonderful, very affordable as well for individuals who are interested. And we deploy these workshops and trainings all across town in various different ways. But one really special way that we do it is through our quarterly veterans retreats. And so if any of your Houston Community College students or anyone out there watching is a veteran or veteran caretaker and is interested in learning it's a free Saturday workshop, and we do it every quarter, called Heroic Self-Care Retreats. It's just another way that, we stand up these practices and reach out to the community.
Well, I did want to ask, is the Institute itself still in the Texas Medical Center and kind of geographically across the city? Where else can people contact the Institute? Do you guys have other satellite offices or teaching centers?
Well, the Institute is located physically at 8100 Greenbrier Drive, which is just on the outskirts of the medical center, right by NRG Park, off of Kirby and Greenbrier. And so we do hold programs there. We also have many virtual programs. In fact, every week on Monday, we have a virtual mind-body group for togetherness where anyone can Zoom in. This again is free and accessible. So they can Zoom in for an hour and learn one of these various mind-body practices as a drop-in group, just to maybe cultivate a little bit more community if that's what someone's looking for. Every Tuesday at 11:45 a.m., also on Zoom, also free of charge, is a bereavement support group. And so if anyone has experienced the death of a loved one, there's a wonderful community of supporters waiting for you there. And then every Wednesday, we have midweek meditation. Again, it's on Zoom, it's virtual, and people can just drop in there and do a nice 20, 30-minute meditation and connect a little bit with community. So those are some of our ongoing free virtual programs. And then many of our other programs, everything's listed on our website at www.spiritualityandhealth.org, spiritualityandhealth.org. And then you can just look at the top menu for upcoming events.
Well, thank you so much. This is Leah Adams Pruitt, the Vice President of Engagement for the Institute for Spirituality, and our Mental Health Monday guest. Leah, we'll have your information in our post after the show. Thank you again.
Beautiful. My pleasure. Thank you so much.
All right. Coming up after a quick commercial break, Amy and I will return with some news, some announcements, and she's going to show you her cool Halloween earrings.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
And we're back with some news and announcements. First off, we have Mindful Mondays to enhance your well-being. HCC Central's Wellness Center is hosting workshops to enhance success in college, in work, and in your well-being. The next one is Be Gentle with Yourself, a journey to self-compassion. That will be today, Monday, October 28th, from noon to 1. That is located on our HCC Central campus in the San Jacinto Memorial Building. Registration is required, so be sure to check the post after the show to get registered and come on over at noon. And we are continuing to recognize domestic violence for the month of October.
That's right. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, so HCC Northeast is hosting Speak Out, Domestic Violence Awareness Trivia and Pledge Signing. That'll be 10:30 to noon on Tuesday, October 29th. Again, that's at HCC Northeast Caldwell Hall. Check our post after the show for more information.
October is also Cybersecurity Month, and we're going to have a tech talk at 2. The theme will be Secure Our World. HCC is repeating its tech talks at 2 to keep HCC safe on the cyber landscape. This is really a big issue for an institution of our size. Cyber criminals can do a lot of damage, and so we have to be really focused and aware of things we're clicking on and doing on our internet and intranet. On the agenda is AI, the difference in phishing, spam, scam, and junk, protecting sensitive data and preventing account compromise. Coming up, the next one will be how to protect yourself. That's going to be this Thursday, October 31st at 2 p.m. It is a virtual presentation, so anybody can join. Check our post after the show for more information.
All right. Well, HCC music students are also going to perform their repertoire that they have studied and prepared during their current semester. showcasing their development and skills. This will be at the HCC Spring Branch Performing Arts Center on Wednesday, November 13th at 7:30 p.m. The recital is free. Everyone is welcome. Check our post after the show for more information.
Yeah, it's that time of the year. It doesn't seem like it, but we're headed down towards finals, and our students are showing off their skills, and you can benefit from some free cosmetology services. So you can go pamper yourself. HCC is now offering its free services at several campuses and on several days. This includes haircuts and facials. These moments of pampering give our students experience and our faculty and staff a break. Check our post after the show for more information.
All right, and as always, registration for the next spring semester has begun, with classes offered in a variety of programs and in various session lengths during the spring semester. HCC's courses are offered in a range of modalities, including traditional in-person, online on a schedule with virtual meetings, online anytime with no meetings. We also have in-person labs and hybrid labs that are both face-to-face and partially virtual. To learn more about HCC programs, start dates, and options to cover your costs, go to hccs.edu/apply.
Yes, don't wait until finals to sign up for those classes. Take a moment, do it this week. You'll feel better about your spring semester if you get that taken care of. And Nick, we are all very excited about this week coming up with Halloween and all the fun things we have. And so I did wear my black hat fun Halloween earrings. I don't have a hat, but I do have my earrings. Are you ready for Halloween, Nick?
I'm ready for Halloween on Thursday and the Beta Check Orman event on Friday.
Yes.
It's gonna be great.
Do you have a costume ready for either or both days?
No.
No, we have to work on that.
I need to think
We
about
have to
that.
work on that. Later this week, since it is Halloween week, get ready for some spooky specials from HCC guests and others, including some ghost tours. Okay, so Nick and I are going to be working on his costume. Thanks for being here, Nick.
See you next Monday.
Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next time.